So I just finished making a video on the 714 method, and I actually realized something about this trend right here, which I actually want to share with you guys, right? So let's go ahead and remove this. It's no longer important. Let's go ahead and remove this as well. It's no longer important. Why am I saying this? Around this zone right here, we can see a counter trade, right? We can see a sell followed by a very serious move. Now, that serious move has actually set up a different movement in price. We can see that buyers are coming into the market extremely dangerously and very, very seriously, right? Why am I saying this? With this massive amount of move, price shouldn't actually come back to retest this zone. Do you understand what I'm saying? With this massive amount of move all the way down, price shouldn't come back to retest this zone. I've talked to you guys about something already. Now I'm going to let you guys see how it works. You see, from this zone all the way up to this level, and from that same level right there all the way down to this zone right here, price wasn't consistent. Why am I saying price wasn't consistent? If you look at this whole range right here, that is not a consistent trend. It means price wants to go somewhere before the actual trade or the actual trend starts. I use this same analysis to trade last 2 weeks, right? If price is not consistent, it will surely drop or it will surely push above, but it is just going to a particular zone. After it tests that particular zone, it's going to start doing what? Pushing all the way up or pushing all the way down. So right now we can confirm that within this whole zone, price wasn't consistent. It's here that it became what? Consistent. And when it became consistent around that zone, what did it do? It pushed all the way down through this last low right here, came all the way back down to a region. I don't want to actually go to my left to search for this level right here, but we can already know that this level is good because we can see a counter trade right here. Now, if I was actually in this market and I was going to trade today, early today, I would have eventually gotten into a trade right here. You already know if I see a counter trade, I execute my trade immediately. But yeah, that's just it. Let's get into a trade with what I'm actually talking about, right? Let's get into a trade. This is what we are looking at on a bigger view. We can see that price dropped. Where did price drop to? It dropped to a fair value gap, which is this zone right here. So this right here becomes the fair value gap that price dropped to. And after that drop, we can see that price is reversing all the way up. This doesn't show that price is no longer willing to push all the way down. No, it shows that price has reached its maximum point before a reversal is due, because around this zone wasn't consistent. So if a consistent trade or a consistent trend actually happened, it's a retracement. It's not a good trend. It's just going to be a retracement. So let's go to a 1 minute time frame. Let me show you this. So this right here is a 1 minute time frame. What do you see happening right now? What do you see? Just look at the 1 minute time frame. What can you see happening? We can see price changing direction, right? You can see the first push, pull back, and we have the change of character right here. After the change of character, we had a massive rejection all the way down. Look at these rejections right here, indicating that this zone is extremely powerful. We had our BOS and we had a pushback, another pull all the way up. So this trend right here might actually come back to this zone before a continuation all the way up, or it might not even do that at all. What you need to understand is this right here was a change of character. And when price reverses back into this zone right here, even you could have already been in a trade, in a buy trade around this zone before price even started pushing all the way up. Because you know that there wasn't consistency around this zone right here. So if there's no consistency, price is just looking for a level to flip. And this is the level because it has shown you that buyers are now in the market and they are coming in strong. Now, if price actually reverses from here, where do you think price is going to? Price is pushing all the way back up to retest the trend line and this fair value gap right here. Possibly, that's why I'm saying possibly, price might not do that. That there's a high chance that is what price wants to do. It will push all the way back to retest this fair value gap and the trend line before a massive push all the way back down. Now, when this happens, two things can also happen, because if price is able to actually push back from here all the way up to the trend line, it also means that price has taken out this last high right here. You can say it right. It also means price has taken out this last high right here. So a lot of traders will also be looking forward to buying around this zone, because if price takes out this, that means a change of character, right? Price is going to continue pushing all the way up. That would be how a lot of traders are actually going to view the market at that point. But mind you, this is a 45-minute time frame. So there's still a chance for price pushing back into this 5-hour gap. It will not actually break this high, because it's just going to wick into this and bring that wick all the way back down and continue the massive trend all the way back down again. Very, very simple. So let's go ahead. I told you we are going to trade based on what I just said. We are going to trade based on that, right? So it's very, very simple, because right now I know there was no consistency here, and price now became consistent. I know this consistent trend right here has now become a what? A retracement or a pullback, right? So let me just write it. So I know this right here has now become a pullback to a zone, right? And when that zone is confirmed, as you can see, it's confirmed around this level right here, price will now start pushing all the way up, because the zone is confirmed, and this was just a pullback. It wasn't really a good trend. It's just a pullback, right? Now, I wasn't really in the 714 method, and I had my reasons, but a lot of you guys have actually profited from the 714 method. And I'm actually extremely happy about that, right? I'm extremely happy about your achievements, but you also have to get out of the trace when it's not making any sense again. So you can see that right now it's not making any sense, because it shows buyers coming into the market more than sellers. But for me, I already know what happened right here. I already know this was inconsistent, followed by a consistent trend showing a pullback. So indirectly, price is going to take out all those highs. So all I need to do is execute my trade right here. I should have executed here, but I'm still making the video and nothing actually happens, right? Whether I'm executing here or there, price is still going to continue shooting all the way up. You should have executed your trade here with your stop loss just below this zone right here. So I've already told you we are going to do that. So let's go ahead and execute the trade. I'll be executing two trades as usual. Why am I executing two trades? I've told you guys, executing two trades are good for your trading psychology. One, they are extremely good for trade management. Two, so try your best and do this type of things. It will help you a lot. So this is the execution just around this zone right here. I know the stop loss is quite huge, but this is a 1 minute time frame. If we go to a 5 minute time frame, this is not really going to be a problem at all, right? Yes, so this is it right here. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Now let's go back to the 5 minute time frame. So when we get back to the 5 minute time frame, this is what we are looking at. This is what we are having. So where does the first TP goes? I've already told you guys, because this level was inconsistent, the first TP will go above it. And this is going to be a big win for me. Mind you, I wasn't in any trade for the whole day. I was just making the video on the 714 method, and I realized this right here. I know what was going to happen next. I know price was inconsistent. So it actually means it's just going to be a pullback and a reversal. After an inconsistency, there has to be a pullback before a reversal. If price is up and we have an inconsistent trend, price will push up before a what? A reversal back down. So if price is down, we are in a downtrend. There is no consistency right here. What is price going to do? It's going to drop massively before the reversal, which will be the massive push all the way up. So this is what happens when you actually understand and take your time to look at the trend very, very well. This is what happens, right? So I'm just going to write here inconsistent. All right, so now that it's done, you can see it right there, inconsistent trend. So after an inconsistent trend, we'll have something that looks like a pullback to a particular zone before a push. I have this same video on this channel. I used it on a daily trade. I just woke up, I saw that there was inconsistency in the in the chart. So if there's an inconsistency, all you need to do is search for a location for a pullback. And today I wasn't even searching. I just saw it when I was making a video on the 714 method. I just saw it right here, which was the 5 value gap. That was where price was coming to. That is the inconsistency zone. price is trying to push to this zone to pull liquidity and push either up back to this level right here, or probably just continue shooting all the way up, right? But yes, that is it. Now my TP goes above this zone right here, which is around 33.44. So when you come all the way to this level, you see that it's probably around this zone right here. That's where I should be looking forward to taking my first TP. But yes, I'm looking at price pushing all the way up to the last high, which is just around this level right here. So do you understand what happened just right now? Now I'll actually make a short video on this so that I'll explain this very easy. I think this video is quite long as compared to what I actually wanted to do. But yeah, that's just it. Let's look at where the trade is going to push all the way up to.
3 days later.
All right, so this is what we are currently having with the trade. As you can see, price is still currently pushing all the way up. But you can also notice that I haven't really started trailing my stop. Yes, I haven't started trailing my stop loss. Why? Because my entry was solid and I knew this was going to have a lot of retracement because we had massive fair value gaps right here. So yes, that's why I did not even start or want to even start trailing my stop loss, right? But you can obviously see that price is hitting a trend line right here. With this type of price movement, we are in an uptrend and we are hitting a trend line. It's not like price is inconsistent, right? So if price breaks below this trend line, that would be a major issue. So that's why I'm trying to end this video, because I have to do what? I have to close one trade right here and I'll now trail the stop loss. Where will I want to trail the stop loss to? Obviously, you already know I'll have to bring it closer, and bringing it closer means I'll have to at least put it just below this zone right here. Yes, at least just around this level right here. This trend line can actually hold, but we can also see a double rejection from this fair value gap right here. So why I'm putting it here is very simple. Yes, there are a lot of buyers around this zone right here, which can actually push price all the way up. But you can also see that there are a lot of sellers coming into the market. So right now I have to be vigilant. I have to get out of one trade and I'll do what? Try my best and start trailing the stop. But that is just it for the video. You know how simple this strategy was. Extremely easy. All I had to do is just understand that there's absolutely no way price was going to start dropping through this fair value gap immediately it got into it, right? My analysis showed price wouldn't drop through it, so I went ahead and bought from that level. By looking at this all the way down, you could have seen that we're in a massive sell. So a lot of people wouldn't have been looking forward to buying around this zone right here, even though the fair value gap actually showed price was pushing all the way up. But yes, that's just it. I have to close the trade right now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.